Hello, everyone. I'm Plasmor. As many like to call me that guy with the afro, and that guy who can't handle his keyboard. Excuse me. Ugh, that was embarrassing. The unfortunate unediting universe that I live in. Well, to the point though, Tumblr, as you know, has screwed up yet again. Its desire to not only destroy adult content providers on their website is just, huh? But that's not the main reason. I've got three other reasons why Tumblr will probably go down as the worst blogging site in history. Now, before you go and say, but it had its ideas, it was so hit. Well, no. I never liked Tumblr to begin with. Honestly, it was one of the few places that you could do adult content, so that had it going for it. But I don't really like Twitter either, because it's a shorter version of Tumblr. But I've got three reasons why Tumblr will go down as the worst blogging site in history when it's all said and done, even worse than MySpace. The first reason is kind of obvious, the destruction of the adult content site, but the other two kind of make sense once you start to think about it. I don't need to just go and say, oh, adult content, bad idea, blah, blah, blah. No, we've already been through that. We don't need to go through it again. So let's skip that part. And yes, that's number one. Number two is really who goes on Tumblr now at the beginning? Besides, well, I hate to say it. If 4chan is the negative atmosphere of trolls for, say, Donald Trump, then Tumblr is the negative atmosphere of trolls for the left in general. And I don't mean that to insult GBLTQ people. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, in general, the idea of Tumblr had been, why are we doing this again on this side of the aisle? For instance, I don't have a problem with the GBLTQ crowd, but Tyler Oakley being one of the most prominent people on you gotta follow this guy. They gotta follow this guy. No, I don't. I don't care about him. No offense to any gay people out there, but it's not like I have to give a damn about you because I'm gay. And again, it keeps going on and on and on. It's just, why do I care? You know, and I think that's one of the problems with Tumblr is that it's not necessarily negative. It didn't give us a reason to give a damn about what left the leaning people think about. I mean, let's face it, Donald Trump, you can love him or hate him, is a brilliant tactician. Tyler Oakley just talks about himself a lot. I think that's one of the biggest issues. Not because being gay is wrong. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about how it's jammed down your throat every 5 fucking seconds. Let us be honest. If it weren't for that, and everyone just going, oh, hi, honey, I probably might like it a little bit more. Not a lot, but a little bit more. And the third reason Tumblr is probably going to go down in the history as the worst blogging site ever, DashCon. Yes, I know it was an official Tumblr event. Tumblr got mad about DashCon doing this, DashCon doing that, but you realize that was the main point. DashCon was probably the worst thing that could happen to a group of convention goers. I don't mean the people who ran it. The people who ran it, I hope you never go to a convention again. They really screwed a lot of people over. I mean that in general, that they should never be at a con, let alone start one or try to run another one. It's just, when you think about DashCon, you immediately think Tumblr, even though they're not supposed to be related. It's evil intentions to screw over people, pretty much ruin what good could have come out of it. Now, there is a very good uh, video about that in general by the internet historian. I'll try to link that below if I can when I get done with this. But it pretty much sums up what DashCon was doing for a little bit, and I wish they had more information, but they actually do kind of outline how much the money was supposed to be made, how much they actually took in, and it kind of clicks, but as a convention goer, um, what was said though was maybe on my analytics are a bit off. Let's be generous about what DashCon was supposed to be. And the one thing that strikes me about this, as well as a lot of Tumblr blogs, is that it's so unorthodox in its philosophy. DashCon's main point was to get out there with the generally GBLTQ crowd more than anything else. Like, oh, gay this, gay that. I think they actually harassed somebody who was gay because they thought he was a straight guy. Again, this is the problem with a lot of people on the left. They want to insult you because you're straight white male. Those three things are like evil to them. And unfortunately, that's part of the toxicity that came from this side of the internet with Tumblr. Now, if I do my math right, let's assume I know they did some blah blah blah. Let's assume that again, there's about 1,000 people there, and we heard the story. I think the internet historian is pretty accurate with his math about how many people came to that convention. Real quick, if I do that, even I give up even more generously. Let's say my worst estimate would be 500 people. Uh, yeah, you look at this. Let's go with the internet historian's math. How $17,000, and they put $20,000 up front. Again, I'll link you to the video. They said $17,000 had to be raised to get the money. Now, let me get my basic what of the day of kind of math. Let's assume there are 500 people on day one. You know, that's being super generous, by the way. 500 people. Not everyone was in that room, by the way. You can pretty much just say super generously, and that alone on Friday would be somewhere about at $85. It seems what like $4,250, 4,250, or five. You know what I mean? Yeah, even at my lowest estimate, that would mean they didn't have the money to even take care of themselves. I think maybe they scammed people, but they screwed everyone over. So don't give me the, oh, just because they pocketed money. They probably did. But then again, I think realistically, when you go to that kind of failure and start actually doing the realistic point of view that it's just bringing Tumblr to a more negative light, even though Tumblr didn't get involved with it itself, it hurts your brand. It really starts to sting a little bit. DashCon wasn't the main reason why Tumblr is going to go down as the worst blogging site in history. I just feel like it's the blogging site that it doesn't offer you anything unique. You know, it's just for the left, it's the we're here, we're queer, nothing to fear. That's fine, but it's also we're here, we're queer, listen to us, period. Look, I'm not insulting the left here. I'm not insulting gays or lesbians or anything. I'm specifically focusing on what it was. The toxicity levels and the we're out here points that honestly I got tired of. I did not like having to see a lot of people's blogs that didn't make any sense to me. And again, nothing wrong with what you're doing. It's just this point, it doesn't make any sense to me. Now, could have been fixed? Oh, absolutely. We could have actually seen that happen. But I think the other problem with Tumblr in general is that it never, ever, ever extended past the GBLTQ community. That's the problem. Yes, it's there. Yes, there's some things that are interesting, like shower thoughts might have had some interest, but what was there besides the negative ego about it? Now, that being said, can there be another Tumblr? No, probably not. Because again, I just feel like it's too little too late to fix the problem. When you give up to corporate entities like Tumblr did to Verizon, it just starts to weighing down everything. You can't really refix that. It's a shame, though. Can there be a better interface site? I mean, I know LiveJournal's still out there. I mean, I don't say it's active, but I think it's a pretty good interface. And I think it has the unique traits that anyone can utilize. It doesn't have to be specifically like this is the point here and this is a little tweak there that you now have this looking like a background of something some other blog had. You can actually fit in your own style. And I really want to see that continue. I think realistically, the worst part about Tumblr wasn't just its toxicity. It was, why should we care? So, why should we care now? Why should we care about your made up world of conventions? Why should we care about you being so gay? I hate to say it. That's the main problem. And it will not be the reason why it goes down in history as one of the worst blog sites, but it's the main point to make. So, my list of the top 10 smartest people of the year is coming up right now, in fact. Get your clocks out. So, like, share, and subscribe, and get ready, because in about an hour, you're about to find the top 10 smartest people of the year. Later.